we go, yo. Here we go, yo. Woo, woo, woo. What's this guy doing over here?
I'm getting ready.
Is that happy Sunday fun day?
Sunday fun day.
Is
Gotta have
that
some
for
fun.
the hot guys summer?
Hot guys summer.
I'm telling you what, it is hot out there, y'all. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a good day to be indoors watching something.
Madam Mayor's Adventures.
That's a good thing to watch.
It is.
It is too hot to be outside. I'm sorry. Since I ain't delivering mail anymore or cutting grass or any of those fun, not so fun activities, I prefer to be indoors during this heat wave. It has been awful. Today, Brett found my hat. My son got me this hat when we used to deliver mail because he had one too. And it worked out great for delivering mail in the NDCBUs. If anybody doesn't know what that is, that's the big metal mailboxes at apartment buildings usually.
The cluster boxes.
Yeah. When you're standing out at those, it gets pretty hot. And it helps if it starts raining on the mail.
So I came across this. I'm like, where have you been hiding this?
So now I'm going to have to go online and order another one so I can get that one back. Because that thing is a lifesaver, y'all. I wore that one time with my sister and my nieces and nephews when we went to Legoland in Florida. And everybody was looking at me, where'd you buy that? They thought I bought it there and they wanted one. And I said, man, I should have bought a few of these. I could be selling them out my backpack while we're walking around.
Right.
The only upgrade is maybe like a little mister. So you could have a little misting station. That would be a great upgrade.
Yeah. That'd be
nice
really
cup
good.
you have there too, I see.
Like that?
Is that a straw?
It is. I'm strawing it up.
I got a straw in mine too. Cheers. Oh, is it too soon, y'all? Too soon for the straw?
Is it too soon for the straw? Because we can take it out.
I don't know. You got to have fun. That's what I do know.
That's it.
So it's been a nice, long, hot week. How are y'all doing? I'm sure it's hot where everybody is. I've been trying to figure out where the best place to be is during the summer. And from the reports, I'm not really sure. Pokey Mom says you look cute.
Hey, as you get older, it's harder to look cute, so I'll take that.
He's going to be wearing that mowing the grass now. I'm serious. I'm going to have to go online and get another one.
I wonder how many neighbors are going to be like, ah.
Maybe you could sell some.
Yeah, maybe.
Everybody's going to want one.
We'll put a bucket out front that says $10.
What I like about those is you're hands-free. You don't have to hold an umbrella because you'll see a lot of people during the summer months walking around with umbrellas for the sun. But that one you don't even have to hold.
No, and I think on the boat, too, it wouldn't blow off.
I don't know. We can test that one.
If you
but
tilt your head back, it probably would blow off.
Maybe you might need the one that has the chin strap for the boat.
Right.
Who knows? Yeah, it's not about looking cool or anything like that. It's about being cool. But yeah, they have them in all kinds of colors. They even have ones that are bigger than that.
Oh.
Yeah, which I don't know. That might be weird walking around with a full-size umbrella on your head.
Cool, but it makes you look twice.
Yeah.
But who's the smart one when it's hot outside?
You could put a clip-on battery-powered fan.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Have two of them on there. And maybe we can attach a cup.
Now you're getting a little carried away.
You know, in the car, we have such limited space, and the cups kind of fit right here. So I was thinking of designing some kind of straw. You know those that have the loops and can go way over here? Be like a camelback in your Miata.
Oh, my goodness. Those camelbacks are nice to have when you're hiking. I think nowadays you just need it all the time, especially during the summer.
So what'd y'all think of the car purchase? I think most people were like, hey, whatever you want, it's fun. The ones that have had them, they know how much fun they are to drive. The ones that are like, yeah, that's not for me, it's too small. I get it. I understand that too.
It is really small. My knees are right on the dash.
That far from the dash.
So
you have a little more room on the driver's side. But remember too, this is our second vehicle. It's our commuter vehicle.
Hey, Jason.
Hi,
Thank
Jason.
you. 72 and sunny in North Pole. I think what Jason is trying to say is that's where we should be during the summer.
Yeah, it is.
And I have to agree with him. So thank you for that 5, Jason. You're so sweet.
Well, he's had a bunch of bad weather up there, so they deserve it.
And James, he says Anchorage is checking in.
Oh.
We've got 65 degrees and sunny. It's perfect.
That's nice, 65.
So that's the news. Alaska is the place to be in the summer.
It is that. The 24 hours of daylight, too. I love that.
Yeah, it was a beautiful summer there last year.
Yeah. But it doesn't last long. It goes by fast. Next time, before you know it, there'll be snow flurries in the forecast.
Forever Huff's Living is headed to the North Pole in about a week.
Oh.
Woo! Well, make sure you go to get some of that good Chinese food at Pagoda.
Pagoda's the place to
I
go.
love that place. I've been talking about it a lot lately.
Yeah, people come from Fairbanks out to North Pole, which is about 11 miles, to eat at Pagoda. But that's really the only go-to restaurant. Well, there's a diner there that's okay, but
it's hard to find a lot of good sit-down Chinese restaurants anymore. Like when I was growing up, they were all over the place, but now that's a harder thing to come by. And Pagoda is that. It's like stepping back in time to one of the old ones. They put the hot tea on the table. It's just good stuff. I do miss that. My sister, this past week, they took the kids to the Cincinnati Zoo, and they found a nice Chinese restaurant like that around there. So I'm a little jelly.
It's hot up there too, though.
Oh, yeah, it's super hot up there. I was just jelly they had the good Chinese food.
And I know Florida's hot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely be sure to go by the farmer's market and say hi to Jason and Mom and get some good bowl koozies or a beautiful apron or one of those soft jackets. I love their booth. They have so much cool stuff.
It's up there on College Road, I believe it is. It goes right to the university, which is up on the hill. But yeah, if you head out toward the university, you almost have to pass it. You'll see all the cars gathered there.
Now I'm starting to think of all the good places like Lane's Tacos and good stuff. Fun times. Got to enjoy it.
So when your son was visiting, you guys went to a Jack Daniels tour, a little different from the one we went to, and I decided to opt out on this one. It was a drinking tour, and it was a little bit different. They had a couple of extra things that they gave out to you guys.
Well, first off, for the month of July, they were offering a 50% discount on all the tours because I believe it was the 25th anniversary of the visitor center there being open. So normally the tour we took is $75 a person. And on that tour, you get a free beverage to drink, which the choices were a Coke and Jack Slurpee type of drink or a lemonade. And you got a couple little gifts you could keep, which was that little shot glass he's holding up now. And if you flip to the bottom, there's like a little coaster for it. And you also each got a commemorative photograph. So we got a picture of me and my son in front of a barrel house. And you also got a barrel stave.
So these are kind of a big deal up here. People collect these. They get the barrels. Of course, all the other stuff you see in the regular stores. But up here, the barrels and these staves are a big deal. Everybody has them.
So with the half off, it was like $37.50 a person, and you got all those things. And during the sampling, you got to try 5 different of the barrel select whiskeys, which, you know, they give you a very, very tiny amount, which is fine because they're a little heavy duty for my liking.
High octane.
So that's not really my thing. But it was a fun time. And I thought that with all the goodies you get, it's almost like you didn't really pay for the tour because you would have spent that money on those items. So it was a good time. It was hard to do stuff while he was here because he got sunburnt. I got sunburnt. I don't know what is going on with this weather, but the sun is like super fierce because I haven't gotten sunburn in 25 years. I was thinking about it. My right arm even got so burnt that it peeled. And I was thinking, when's the last time I got sunburnt? And it was 25 years ago. I moved to Georgia for a short period of time and moved back to Florida. And when I first moved back to Florida, we went with a couple of people in a pickup truck down to John Penny Camp in the Keys. And me and my niece's father rode in the back of the pickup truck. So we got sunburnt and windburnt.
Ouch.
And it was pretty rough. So that was actually the last time I got a sunburn. 25 years. So yeah, be careful out there because that sun is no joke.
Yep.
And peeling is no fun. So we didn't really get to do as much stuff while he was here because when it's so hot out and especially sunburnt, you can't go out into the sun anymore. We did go bowling, which was fun.
Yeah, the bowling was fun.
I love going bowling, and it's taken me so long to get back to a bowling alley.
I actually bought some bowling shoes.
Yeah, look out.
So we'll be back. And I've been watching some YouTube videos on how to do a curve. So I think I can have fun with that.
I hope so because, you got to have some hobbies. And golf is too much of an expensive hobby for you to pick up. And it is too hot. I mean, if you want to go golfing, that's fine. I'm not going with you.
I think I would like it.
I'll go play some miniature golf.
There's a lot to that, and it's hard to be good at it. I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah, and I just don't like, you got to have like an early morning tee time. Otherwise, it's too hot, and I ain't about it. It just doesn't pique my interest that much. I would like to also get a dartboard and start playing darts.
Now, I might like hitting some golf balls down the range.
Hi, Georgie.
That might be fun.
She wants to go bowling.
Hey, Georgie. We were pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, there's a bowling alley in Tullahoma, and they've got some good specials. Nice. If you look online, they also have a Facebook page as well, and they got good specials. They have different things they do at nights and on the weekends with
and they
specials.
Have a bowling league for the kids, and I forget the age groups, but up to 16 or 17, I think it is. But you get a lot with that. You get a lot of bowling lane time. You get like either a free ball or a bag or shoes, usually at the end of the summer. And it can be a great time, and it's really inexpensive.
What I like is during the summer at a lot of the bowling alleys is they'll have a program for kids for free bowling where I don't remember what they pay because when I lived in Ocala, they also let the adults buy one. And I think the one I bought was like a $25 pass, and it lasted for, I want to say, roughly 2.5 months. And you basically got to play 3 games a day. And I had my own shoes, so I didn't have to pay for shoe rentals. So I used to go there at least 5 times a week and bowl 3 games by myself with my headphones on. And then I'd go for a walk in the park right behind it. So it's a good indoor activity during the heat to take your kids where you can find some cheap deals.
Yeah, and it's easy for Georgie to get to because she can jump on 41A and go right up to 55, make a right, go over the hump.
I'm sure she can look up it on maps.
Yeah, but I mean, we have to go through all the corn mazes to get there. So she might be further out, but can beat us there.
Yeah, it's a straight shot.
Yeah, that's all. Sure. That's all I was trying to say. Yeah, straight shot.
Brett's GPS. You have to speak in an accent, otherwise it's just not cool.
Oh, I'll work on that accent.
Work on that, bud.
All right, y'all.
Y'all. You gonna be the country hick GPS?
Yeah, the water looking real good now on Otter Creek.
You make a right at the ice box.
Hey, I was trying to make
a left over at that tree.
I was trying to make fun of Coop the other day, right near one of the end of one of their live streams. I think I kind of missed it, the point. I think Georgie saw it because she laughed, and then they got off. But I was teasing him about how he says rural. I said, there's 2 R's in rural. It's not rural. It's not rural. It's rural. It's funny. That's just how they talk down there in Florida. When I first moved up, my sister was living in Old Town, which is near Chiefland at the time when we first moved up from the Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale area. And I was living with her for a couple months while I was looking for a house over in Ocala.
and I'd call people around there and ask for directions. That's what they would tell you. Go up about 3 miles, take a right at the ice house. And I'm like, do y'all have street names here? Because that's how I roll. Like, I don't know where the ice box is. I don't know where the 3-foot tree is. Just give me some street names.
And their mailboxes are all turned backwards.
Yeah, over near Old Town they were, because they had it set up so that the people could deliver out of the regular vehicles,
Yes,
which is nice.
So all the boxes faced away from the road, and you go down off the road into the grass to deliver the mail. It's very typical of that area. I mean, it looks weird, but I guess it's functional.
I think Brett is ready for that cruise, Georgie.
I'm ready.
I need a cool cruise hat. I'm still looking for an awesome fedora. I would like one like I had in that one Amish sale video. It was like, had flowers and little palm tree fronds on it. So I need to find one. Yeah. That would be cool.
That cruise is so far out. It's like you'll forget.
But you know what?
Calendar by the time you get there.
It'll be like that.
It will.
And for that time of year, we're going to have to pack it with us because we'll be on the road for months.
Yeah. So we've decided we're probably going to park our RV at my.
Yeah, that would be fun to go shopping for the cruise.
At my stepmother's house, and then we'll just drive the Jeep out and get on the boat. So that's the plan.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. It'll be my first cruise.
Yep, my first one too.
And the weather will be nice.
We hope.
It will be. You got to will it into existence.
It's February,
my
yeah.
friend.
The weather there is usually pretty good in February.
February.
So,
what else? So that's basically all we did when my son was here. I still have to figure out how to mail him those things. That big barrel stave will be the fun piece to mail to him because he travels like I do. We usually just throw a week's worth of stuff in a backpack, take the cheapest flight, have no checked baggage. So he flies the same way I do, just that one backpack. You don't have to go to the baggage claim. Everything's good. So
the airport here in Nashville too is real easy to navigate. It's one road in, one road out. So that's a lot better than Orlando. Orlando's a mess.
Yeah, hurry up and get that passport. Don't wait till the last minute.
Yeah.
I know I got to remember to pack ours with us.
I think the post office, I don't know if the one in Tullahoma does it, but I think they probably do. Any sizable post office usually does it.
Yeah, or the courthouse. I know when I originally got mine, I got mine in the Ocala. It might have been the federal. No, it wasn't their federal courthouse. It was like in their annex building, I think. But yeah, most of the post office, you can do it as well.
I got mine at the Fairbanks post office downtown. Yeah.
Heather May wants to know, did you share before who is cruising with you to and when? Cruising. Well, obviously, you know Georgie's going.
Georgie's going. Veteran Nation, I believe, is signed up. And then there's...
Is Coop going?
I believe Coop's trying to go. Coop and his wife. And I believe there might be a couple other of... what's the people that do the Huff? Him and his wife are going. And there might be some more. That's just off the top of my head. I'd have to go back to the, we have a group tour chat group.
We are going to the Bahamas.
Yeah, the Bahamas. February.
I figure that's a good starter cruise. Eventually, I'd also like to go to Jamaica. Aruba, Jamaica.
I forget how the rest of that song
goes.
goes.
I want to take you. Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty much. Okay.
That's where I want to go. All those places.
And that's February 1st, as Georgie just said in the chat. So it'll be beautiful weather. Looking forward to it.
It's called a 6-day cruise, but you lose a day going. They count the first day and you don't leave till the afternoon. So you kind of lose a day going, you lose a day coming back. So it's like they're calling it a 6-day cruise.
It should be interesting because from what people have told me that have been cruising and the pictures they're always posting, those cruise ships are monsters. Like, they are huge and there's so much going on and there's so many buffets. People are taking pictures of just the crazy buffets and it's unreal. So it should be a really good time. Definitely looking forward to that.
So this last week we went to a couple of auctions,
Yes.
like real live auctions.
Yeah, they were fun too. Not storage unit auctions.
No, this was a house auction.
Yeah, real estate and
Cars,
personal property.
lawnmowers, carports.
We've been to several of them when we were in Florida, but they weren't auctioning off the houses in the ones we were going to. It was
Right.
just like personal property. We went to some in Williston and one in Bronson, I remember.
Yeah.
A few. And we wanted to see how they differ here from there. And there were some great differences. What you'll see tomorrow is a video of the first one we went to.
The auctioneer team, too. It ain't just one or two people. It's a team of 6 or 8 people. They got all their colored shirts on. In this case, I think they're all wearing yellow. And they're like an well-oiled machine. They all know what they're supposed to be doing, and they bounce off of each other really well.
Yes.
And they're funny.
Yeah, and you'll
They're
see that in the
hilarious.
video. It was a very good time. We did have a blast.
I found them very entertaining.
Even the people that go, it was just fun. And so we did also attend a second one. I'm not sure when I'll put the second video out, but the first one we went to will be out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll get to see all that. And it was just fun. I can see going to more in the future.
Definitely
For sure. We haven't looked up any storage unit auctions around here.
You got there.
Thank you, Babs.
Thanks,
My
Babs.
first cruise was 11 days. Panama Canal, best vacation ever.
Oh.
That sounds amazing.
Panama Canal, I'd like to see.
Yeah, I always wanted to go do that. That really does sound amazing. Put it on the list, baby.
Yeah, go ahead. Click it.
I'm going to put it on the list.
Yeah.
Brett hates my list because they're ever growing.
I don't hate them. I think they're funny, but they're necessary. I understand.
When I scratch one thing off, I usually put a few more on. So, but I feel like you really have to have a list to keep yourself on track. Because especially, I think when you get older, the brain fog is for real, y'all.
Yeah.
And you can quickly forget what the heck you got going on and all those good things. I was even saying, because we were talking earlier about diet, of course, you know, the ever quest for losing a few pounds. When we were in Savannah and my son was here, of course, we started eating too much junk. Got in vacation mode, and just the food in Savannah was so delicious, but it was kind of offset by all the walking we were doing. And then when my son was here, I'll always ask him, when you're around, what would you like me to cook? What are some of the old favorites? Because he always has a select few that he liked when I would make, and he wanted me to make baked macaroni and cheese. I know, mac and cheese. Can't get away from it. So he likes his with chunked ham in it and some broccoli and cauliflower. So I'll make a baked macaroni and cheese and put those in. We used to always do different recipes. Sometimes we'd put bacon in it with ham in it, sometimes sliced tomatoes on top. You could just do whatever. But so I made some big pans of that. And then everybody's favorite peanut butter pie.
Oh, yeah, I love that pie.
That is dangerously good. It is just like eating a Reese's cup. So I know in Florida,
I'm going to take this hat off. It is giving me a headache.
It will start cramping down on you a little bit. But when I was in Florida and I'd make peanut butter pies, I always used to end up having to make several few because everybody loved them so much. So I haven't made one in quite a while. So we made one of those. And I think that's about the worst of what we were eating. But we were staying indoors because it was so hot and everyone was sunburnt. So we didn't have a lot of activity to offset the heavy comfort foods.
Yeah.
But man, they were good. Absolutely love me some home-baked mac and cheese. Don't get that other stuff people are messing around with. Get the good mac and cheese. Bake it yourself. Hey, what the hells?
Hey, what's going on there, Jeremy?
How the hell
George?
hells are you doing?
That's right.
I can't even speak right, just like any other day. It's wonderful.
Miss you guys.
Heather May says I may have just gained 5 pounds with all that delicious sounding food. Yeah, I know. As soon as that peanut butter pie was gone, I'm like, I want more. It's like, gotta wait. Gotta wait. But yeah, it's good stuff. It's good when your family gets to visit you, friends get to visit. It's great seeing everybody. So we did have a good week. Now he's back at home, and it'll probably be like another year before I see him again. But that's all good. That's a good one to laugh at.
Laughing at Deuce.
Deuce.
So, do you want to go over this, or you want to go over that?
What else we got going on?
Those two.
You pick.
Well, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk a little bit about the falling out of the Otter Creek board.
Ooh.
Without getting too much into it, we really think Zim has shot himself in the foot with this. Not only has he lost the clerk, which is the worst part of all of it. Now, he ain't no clerk, ain't no show.
Ain't no bookkeeper either, so who's writing the checks and paying the bills?
Man, you're left wondering, and we don't have any inside information or anything. This is just what we think based on the characters at play that we know, and we know who they are and how they are. And we have to think that Zim got a little big. His head got a little big, a little power got to his head, and he probably pushed a little too hard. And he may have even been trying to do some, I'm going to say it, I don't care, unscrupulous or shady or some things that people didn't want to get involved with. So Jason left, and then Belinda left, and when Belinda left, her sister left, and so he lost the board too. So it's unfortunate that has to get in the way and cloud his judgment.
Doesn't it make you wonder what Russell might be thinking right now? Darn, I really should have got sworn in.
He could have been in the catbird seat, man. He would have been the cat that swallowed the canary. Oh my, look what just happened. It could have been him and Laura taking it over.
Well, now they're going to have to do letters of interest again and try to hire a clerk. Well, you have the 3 board members.
Yeah.
So
it's unfortunate Carl left the board too.
I don't know what they're going to do.
Sometimes you forget to mention that too, but he was another good piece. I'm thinking something pretty bad happened for him to walk off. Now, he's had his run-ins with Zim before, but they've always been able to work him out. And
unincorporate would be the logical thing to do, but for some reason
you can't get the local townspeople
they do not
to
want
support
to do
that. They don't understand it. They don't get it. They think we're just trying to trick them or something. I don't know what it is.
It's a real shame that some of the other people in the town don't get on the board. But I don't foresee that changing because they don't want to be mixed up in all that stuff for whatever reason. And then, in my opinion, why wouldn't you want to unincorporate? But I can't answer for those things. I'm not in other people's heads. So I don't know. But really, it always seems through the history of that town that there's always been the headbutting of these few people that want the power, the perceived power of the position, which I don't know what that is.
There's really not any power. The clerk has more power.
Honestly, yes.
The mayor's the figurehead, but the mayor runs the meetings. He doesn't have any power to pass anything by himself. He needs the vote of the board. Now, can he influence the board? Sure. But he doesn't vote for them. They have to vote for them, their own. They have to vote their heart.
I mean, I hope they're going to have some kind of emergency workshops or something. I don't know if Megan, the lawyer, can act as a partial kind of clerk to get a hiring of a clerk accomplished. I don't know for that, but I do remember that Mr. Worm, he came in and ran a meeting when there wasn't a clerk, if you remember correctly.
He was terrible at it, but yeah.
I didn't say he was
I remember
good.
that. That was almost
You'll never hear those words come out of my mouth about
Oh, my
Mr. Worm.
goodness.
He was not good, and he did not have the good of the town in his
Yeah.
interest, as most do
He
not.
was just trying to collect a free check.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm not really sure how they're going to even go about having an August meeting, or how they're going to go about finding a clerk. I think they were lucky to have found Jason. I think he was trying to do good things for the town, and he had a good heart about it. But, it's too bad for whatever went down, that whatever went down, went down. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to get into the weeds of any details of that. It's really not my story to tell. So it's just shameful that it transpired, and I don't know where they're going from here. It'd be great if the state would step in and do something,
Yeah.
but I don't foresee that happening either.
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly has to happen.
If they were to unincorporate, they would get two big things. One, their taxes would go down because they would lose the city tax. They wouldn't anymore have no city tax. And that does not mean your county tax goes up. That's not what that means. You'll get absorbed by the county. The county would then be responsible for your water plant, which would probably end up Lonnie would still be your water guy. He would collect his check from the city of Bronson, probably is how that would work. But I don't really know. The county would have to figure that out. They could make that determination on who takes over the water. But that's going to open up the budget for the water. That would open up maybe the possibility of more grants for the water. The little town of Otter Creek just can't sustain itself. Without those grants, they absolutely cannot sustain itself. That's how small towns survive, is they're reliable on those grants. Kat Kamek has said that, and many others have said that. And that's absolutely true in the case of Otter Creek. There's 100 people, you can't tax them enough to run a water plant. Water plants are very expensive. And they can't seem to get the water right. They can't seem to keep the filters online. The permalganate and the chlorine, they just can't seem to get the combination of things right. And I don't know what the fix is, because they got new pumps, they got new tanks.
What if everybody got 2-inch pipes? Maybe that would fix the problem.
That could help.
All those people out there with pipe envy, go get a 2-inch pipe.
Yeah, but their taxes would go down, and their water treatment would have a bigger fund to help the water treatment plant, instead of always going, we need 10,000, we need 10,000, we need, more money, and it still doesn't get fixed. So I don't know what the answer is on that. We're not privy to having all the pieces to make those decisions, but the town would vastly benefit. And I'm not lying to you. I have no dog in this fight. Do what you want. But you would benefit. And I've said that from day one. Madam Mayor has said that from day one. Unincorporate. Your taxes go down. Your water gets better. If you don't want that, then keep voting for board members that you can't keep in office and you don't know what they're doing behind closed doors.
Heather May was asking what would have to happen to unincorporate. How does that come about?
It has to go on the ballot.
It has to be put on the ballot when they do the elections for the whole town to vote on it. It's not for the board to vote on. It's for all the people in the town to vote on. So very simply, during the next election, it would have to be added to the ballot, just like they were talking about adding the 4-year terms to the ballot.
Right.
They would have to throw in the unincorporation into the ballot.
And that's when they should do it, because you're already paying for the service to propose the question to the town. So to add another question isn't going to cost you anymore.
Yeah, all the turmoil would then end. You wouldn't have these forces butting heads with each other. So it seems like the most logical thing to do.
The board needs to bring it up and vote on it to get it on the ballot. Once it's on the ballot, though, it's up to the people. And it only takes 51%.
But just imagine right now, had Russell gotten himself sworn in, it would be basically what would happen during any kind of meetings once they hired a clerk and were going forward with meetings. It would be like a deadlocked board, because they probably would never be able to fill the vacant seat because you'd probably have Laura and Russell over here and Rex and Zim over here, and they probably wouldn't agree on a person to put as the number 5 tiebreaker.
And Laura's been doing better, but she really hasn't been challenged because she was in the minority on this board. But if she was the voting member of whether it went this way or that way, she's flip-floppy. She'll go whichever way the wind blows, wherever she'll cast a ballot in her favor is what she'll do.
So right now, the people that are left on the board are Zim Pageant, Rex Woods, and Laura Mott. Those are the 3 people left, which is enough to have a meeting with a quorum, but you don't have a clerk and you don't have a bookkeeper. So that's a huge issue.
There's something we don't know, too. We don't know if Carl actually submitted his resignation, which takes him off the board, or if he just left in a fury of being angry in the moment, and maybe he's come back and gathered himself. Maybe him and Zim have had a conversation. We don't know. But Zim would do very well. He would do a service to himself and to the town if he would eat some crow and apologize if, in fact, he's the one that caused all of this.
I'm not really sure.
So I don't know that it would do any good in terms of Belinda. Belinda may have said, that ship has sailed. This is my chance to get out. And her sister's going to go with her. But for Jason, I don't know. He really needs to go
I'm not really sure
eat some crow.
What is going on as to what you would think you're going to accomplish by blocking different. I never did understand that when Russell did it. Yeah. And if that's what Zim's doing now, I don't really understand what the objective is with that, to block different things. But yeah, you can't have a hothead in that position, and you can't have somebody who's all about themselves in that position. So I'm not really sure of all the details of what is going on. And if that is what is going on, I don't know what you're thinking with that.
If it's a building permit issue, then, and I know they're still trying to iron out all the rules of engagement with these permits, but it needs to start not with an iron fist, but you're going from 0 and you're trying to build something. So what you do is you start out with small steps, and then you kind of tweak it to fit the town. Don't try to be the city of Tampa and Otter Creek and just govern it with an iron fist. That's not helpful to the town. It's not helpful to the people, and it creates a lot of this.
I mean, maybe all along, Zim or Russell should never be on the board if they are the problem, but nobody else is stepping up to the plate and running.
What else do you have? What options do you have?
So
I think there are some better options in the town, but they're not interested.
I know there are better options in the town who wouldn't create all that headbutting and be there for the wrong reason. But those people are not stepping up to the plate, historically have never wanted to step up to the plate too much. And when certain ones did, they quickly regretted putting themselves there, and they just didn't like to be in all that chaos. But if you want to stay incorporated, and
you have to get along.
Incorporate, if you want to stay incorporated, you need to step up to the plate and do what needs to be done for your town that you love so much. But if nobody is willing to do that, then you just need to unincorporate.
So there's the choice. Leave it to the people.
So, I mean, I feel bad because, again, I've got friends in the town. There's some beautiful, lovely people, and they have to live there. And I feel fortunate to have been able to be there for the short period I was, and to now not be there anymore, because life has plenty of different seasons for you. You're not always meant to be in the same place for long periods of time. Now, some people, they are. Everybody has a different plan in their life, and God puts you in different places of where you need to be. It doesn't mean you need to be there forever. God
Right.
puts certain people in certain people's lives for reasons, for seasons, and all these type of things. So you can't just stay there forever. I know a lot of people give me flack all the time that I never should have left if I care so much about this town, yada, yada, yada. But I did care enough about the town to get on the board to try to help so that the people could see that it is easy to change things. I mean, that it can be done. I don't know that it was easy,
No,
but that it can be done.
you have to first get involved.
But
So-
it didn't seem to
Because you can't
help because
complain.
they still didn't want to do it.
You can't complain if you don't vote. You can't complain if you don't get involved. So you get involved, you have a voice, and that's democracy. That's how it works.
And I know people ask all the time about the Hudson sisters. And while I agree they would be wonderful to have on the board, I would have loved for any of them to get on the board and told them all the time that they just don't want to. They don't. Those are the facts. They have their reasons. I'm not going to speak for their reasons, but they just don't want to. I do think that it would be wonderful if they did. I would love for them to. They're sweet ladies. They've been in the town. They know the history and they want good for the town. So they have all the qualities that they would need to be on the board.
Yeah, and the clerk is the hardest job.
But you can't make anybody do anything, and everybody has their own reasons for why they don't want to do different things.
And we may disagree with those reasons. Those wouldn't be reasons for us not to do it, obviously.
And sometimes some people's reasons you may not agree with. Like some people will say, I don't want to be on the board because I don't want to be in the limelight, or I don't want to be on a camera. And they are just super critical of themselves. And that's in our nature. We all are super critical of ourselves, but sometimes you just got to get past those different things and just, put on your big girl pants and go for it, or your big boy pants and go for it, and not worry so much what everybody thinks of you.
Yeah, don't worry about what everybody thinks. What you're doing is you're making decisions based on the best interest of the town. And if you keep that in mind when you're voting on the board, then it's easy to make the right choice. But if you're trying to get an angle with self-interest and you have your own agenda, then it's tougher to make those decisions. So it's unfortunate. Hopefully Zim can turn it around before the next meeting. Hopefully he can eat some crow and do some apologizing and get these people back in place. I don't know.
So asking about Levy County stepping in, it's not the county's job to step into the town. It would be the state.
The state level.
The state level would need to be stepping in to do something about it.
And here's the problem: that Otter Creek is an itty bitty little flea on the cow of all the cities, and so it just doesn't get any attention.
Tons of things going on, so that little blip isn't gonna
create enough stir.
Yeah, unfortunately. So I don't know what they're going to do, but like Russell said, ain't no clerk, ain't no show. Who's going to step in and do it? I obviously had to step in to be the clerk. And did I know anything about that at the time? No, but I can't stand by and watch things go on the way they were without doing something about it. And I'm a quick learner, and I'll put myself in things that I don't particularly want to. It wouldn't be my first choice to be in there, but if people need me to do that and want me to do that, and I have the ability to do that, then I'm going to, because you have to look past yourself, get uncomfortable a lot in life to achieve good things. You can't let fear cripple you, and you can't just stay comfortable and watch bad things happen. So
anybody that's been successful in life, and you can define successful any way you want, but anyone who has been successful has taken risks. So you have to evaluate what risk worth take, risk versus reward. That you're always faced with that, no matter what it is, risk versus reward. The risk was if we didn't get involved, the town's going to go to shambles. We're not, a lot of things could have happened. So we feel like we provided a safety net for the town
Hi, Mayor Dan. How are you doing?
for at least a year.
Now there's a good mayor.
There's
Mayor
a mayor.
Dan.
Mayor Dan. Everybody knows Dan the man. So there's a good mayor, and he has a much bigger town and a lot more responsibility than.
But he
the
does
mayor of
what
Otter
he
Creek.
does for the right reasons.
Yeah, he gets involved, and I'm sure he's got better things to do. And one day he'll hang up his stirrups and he'll move on, and someone will have to take it over. But someone's got to step in there and grab the gauntlet and keep going.
Lou says Mayor Dan Otter Creek needs you.
Yeah. No.
Mayor Dan is not going to Otter Creek. I can guarantee you that. He is where he needs to be.
If he did, I'd be like, what?
What the hell's is going on? But, it's unfortunate, and we'll all be sitting here watching to see what happens because I really don't know. No idea. Yeah. But it's a shame that
it doesn't look good.
We're going so far forward to have really just threw the car in reverse. Mm-hmm. Probably cranked it in reverse so hard you broke the transmission.
It looks like it seems like that Zim wanted to make it really difficult for anyone else to get any permits. But he can get his permits. Now, I'm not saying he did anything. His permits are legitimate. I'm not saying they're not legitimate. I'm saying that he has the case. This is how a permit is supposed to happen. I come to the board and I say, hey, I'd like to get a power pole. I'd like to get hooked up to water, whatever, a permit, right? I want to put a shed up, get a permit, build a house. It shouldn't be, well, you got to do this and this and this, all these obstacles, okay? It shouldn't be all onus on the person getting the permit. It should be, okay, here's what we need, here's what you need to do, and this is how we can help you. First, you need to do A, B, C, and we'll help you. And you guide them. You help them get the permit. You don't use the permit as a tool and a roadblock to throw in front of them and say, you figure it out. That's not how it's supposed to work. You apply for a permit. A permit is just permission. It's just permission. Permit is a permission. So you're asking permission, and the town shouldn't be saying no, no, no. They should be saying yes, but. And this is how you do it. Helping them through the process.
I always called it guided growth.
Guided growth. You don't just say no, 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 no. So if Zim is just trying to say no to everything like Russell was, but he got his RV park and he's okay, he doesn't care now, he's just going to say no to everybody else. That's not how that's supposed to work.
As far as Travis getting his permit, I'm not really 100% positive on that, but I would have to speculate that no, he has not gotten his permit yet because it does take time, and I don't think enough time transpired for them to do the things they needed to do for it to get done. And I would have to imagine that if he did, you would be hearing about that. So I can't answer for 100%. That would be a question for Travis to answer. Mm-hmm. But I can only speculate that I do not believe that it did happen already.
Now, the property is zoned. We've looked it up. The property is zoned residential. It's not residential or commercial. It's currently zoned residential, and that's what it is. If you want to get it changed to commercial, you must go before the board, and the board votes on it. It has to be changed. They have to approve it. And then it goes, I think it goes to the county, and then they change it on the paperwork. And I'm not sure what office does that. I think it's the appraisal office, because that's where you find, that's the database where you find how it's zoned. So I would think they're the ones that have to change it. But it goes before the board. So right now it's residential. Honestly, if I was Travis, I absolutely wouldn't bother with the permit process. It's not worth it.
Well, at this point, he can't. There's no clerk. And the clerk is the one who does the permitting.
Well, not only, now he can't, but obviously, and I wouldn't even bother. To be honest.
I guess, it's kind of like the town is shut down, just like Russell locked the doors when Mary walked out. Mm-hmm. I don't know who out of the three that are left are going to step up to the plate to do any clerk duties.
Now, see, as residential property, there's less restrictions.
No, Travis can't bypass them and go to the county.
No.
That has to be done through the town of Otter Creek.
Yep.
So the county
You can't do
ended
that.
the interlocal agreement and they don't want anything to do with it. It's up to the town of Otter Creek to do their own permitting.
Yep. That's why that interlocal agreement was so important. And maybe many of you didn't understand what that meant. That meant don't come to us. You have to figure it out for yourself.
Yes, at the time they had the interlocal agreement, right. You would go to the clerk in Otter Creek and you would get the zoning compliance letter. Ooh, yeah. Total brain fart there. But you would get a zoning compliance letter. The clerk would sign off on that. Then you would take it to the Levy County building and they would do the rest with the permitting. Once they canceled the interlocal agreement, it means that the town of Otter Creek now does every part of it. The county washed their hands of it. They do absolutely nothing. And there were some permits at the time that were still held at the county. And the county said, do you want these permits turned back to you or do you want us to keep them? And I believe one of the permits was Lynette's permit. The county asked, do you want this back or do you want us to keep it? And from what I know, Otter Creek told the county to keep it. So they were in control of that particular permit. Now going forward, any permits even for that property would need to be obtained through the town of Otter Creek.
Correct.
Because I would assume by now that permit has expired.
So you have to start all over.
But again, that's just an assumption. I don't know all the details about that permit in particular because I'm not in the town of Otter Creek, nor do I work for the Levy County building people. So I don't know.
So it was easy before because getting a compliance letter from the town only means that, like when we had the campground, it's commercial property, it's on C1. That means I can do any commercial entity really I wanted to. It wasn't specific to a campground. They do have ones that are like C5, I believe, but C1's general commercial. That's all they're checking.
Yeah, that's all they're checking is yes.
Yes, it's commercial. Yes, he's allowed to do it because it's commercial. Boom.
Then now they should have honestly been a little bit more detailed.
They should have.
They were a cut and paste from another town.
They were a cut and paste town.
And that's a whole nother issue. But I know Levy County was probably super happy to wash their hands of dealing with the mess.
Because getting permits back then was much easier. Because when you got to the county, they didn't ask that many questions. Because they're not the ones really, yes, they're inspecting it. But because you're in another town and the town's already said yes, then it's like, okay.
But they did inspect it to make sure everything was above board and done by the code.
And they help you. They give you pieces of paper like your meter box.
Which is what they should do.
They tell you how high your meter box has to be, where your grounding cables have to be. You can do it yourself.
I found working with Levy County whenever we had to do anything was great. They would call you into the back office. They would sit you down. They'd really explain everything to you because they want you to do things to thrive. They just want you to do it the correct way.
I had to do a planograph. I had to do a map of the area and where I was putting in extra poles or what have you. They liked my map. Engineer drawings for a campground for a utility pole, that's excessive. So if Zim is trying to implement something like that, can he? Yes, but it's going to be a hurdle for most people. Engineer drawings, because of the area where you're at, there's only 2 engineers. They're both very busy. And unless you throw money on their plate, you're not going to get your permit up to the top. You're not going to get it done.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies in general for lots of things that don't want to go to Otter Creek because it's really out of the way. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot going on, and they just have too much other stuff that would be more fruitful to them than driving all the way to Otter Creek for some little project.
Now, engineer drawings for a house or something like that, absolutely, I understand that, and they come with those blueprints. You can get them made, whatever. That's a big project. But when you're adding like a utility pole to an existing campground, Why do you need engineer drawings for that? You don't. It's excessive. And so it's being used as a tool to stop growth. And that's what he's doing with it. And I hate to see that. They should be more accommodating. Well, okay, draw us a map to scale. And that's what I did. I drew it on graph paper. And they liked it. He actually commended the drawing. It looked very good.
So I know a lot of people were asking, is there going to be another train festival this year? I would have to say I highly doubt it, being that Travis was the one who did all the work for the last one that they had.
Yeah, they wouldn't have gotten all those vendors.
You know, and the Christmas in the Creek, you know, the town of Otter Creek didn't get all those toys donated. It was Jeremy and George that did all that for that.
And so, Travis's organizing of getting all the people to come out and putting it out. Yeah. That's what made that
It was a lot of fun. It was super special, but it wasn't the town of Otter Creek that made that happen.
Jim doesn't know how to do that. He's not a coordinator.
I highly doubt that there will be any train festival this year, or that there'll be a Christmas in the Creek held by the town of Otter Creek. Whether or not there's one held by Jeremy and George, I can't answer that. That again would be a question for them. But I know that town of Otter Creek isn't going to be able to pull that off.
Yeah,
I would be shocked. Apparently they can't even pull off having a board. So I don't expect much else.
Yeah, I kind of gave Travis my 2 cents on all this. I was like, why you want a permit anyway? You know what? Residential property, great. Just do what you want to do over there. He can't really stop you from doing anything as long as it's legal. They don't have any enforcement. They don't have code enforcement all done up. They don't have it all written up yet. They can't do anything, can't enforce it. Go over there with whatever you want to do and use a generator. You don't need a commercial power pole. Use a generator. Put 4 gallons of gas in your generator and do whatever you want to do over there. You know? Make loud noises all day. I don't care. That would disrupt his campground.
Sell some snow cones.
That's just me, and maybe I'm wrong. You know, 2 wrongs don't make a right kind of thing. But that would be me in this case because of the way he was treated was wrong, and so this would be. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
It's certainly pretty awful, but again, we'll see in August what transpires.
Maybe nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe nothing.
Probably a whole lot of nothing. A big nothing burger.
Maybe they'll work it out. Maybe 2 gentlemen will have a kumbaya moment and they'll work it out.
Maybe.
Doubt it.
I'll be shocked. Here's another thing I wanted to show y'all. I recently got these cool prescription sunglasses from this company. And I like to tell people when I find stuff that's a good deal and a good product. So my niece was telling me, because I had sunglasses that were prescription and they were all bubbled up, all scratched up, and I couldn't see anything. So her boyfriend Lewis had gotten some regular prescription glasses from this company. And I was a little skeptical about ordering these through the mail because you never know. And she said she ordered him some glasses and they came out super good. So I ordered these prescription sunglasses and they didn't take, I want to say, a week and a half to get from the time of ordering roughly. And their prescription, they fit perfect and the prescription is really good.
And they're much, much cheaper than buying them at the eye doctor.
Yeah. And they were like $38 with the shipping and everything. So I just like to always share good finds. If anybody has used them before or has any other companies that they found, share it with the people because I hate buying crap products. So I always like to share with everybody stuff that's good. So I found them to be good. And that's zenni.com. They even have virtual try on. You can try on all the different frames. I don't know if I've mentioned that already, but I always like when people share good products with me. So I like to do the same thing.
You want to grab some of your stuff there?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Our clock is
Did
getting
you
away
want to do
from
mail?
us. Oh, yeah. Let's do mail real quick. While she's getting stuff ready, we want to show you, we have our eBay, Therese's eBay listings in the chat at the top that you can hit a link. And we wanted to kind of show you some of the things that we're kind of going to ramp up our eBay a little bit.
But first, you're going to do mail.
We're going to do mail, but I'm talking while you go get that, which you have.
You act like it's 5 miles away.
It is. It's way over there. Anyway, we'll do mail. Got our mail truck, and he's stopping. We have one delivery.
Are you driving safely?
Yeah, you know, safety first, safety second.
Safety first. Let's see what's in my cool bag.
We have a
My
package
Seminole
here
bag. Woo!
from lovely Jason up in Alaska.
Jason, my buddy Jason.
We appreciate you. He must have heard us talking the other day. It's like, we're almost out of North Pole coffee.
The Arctic blueberry, which I don't think we've tried that
I
one.
don't think so. I
So-
remember seeing it.
And this is from the North Pole Coffee Company, which we did get a bunch of coffee while we were there.
The snickerdoodle's good. All of it's good, really.
And I know my
haven't
friend
had any.
Sherry, she sent us some beautiful selection of those, but they are about out. And Jason said, I got a surprise for you.
Well, thank you, Jason.
So, coffee.
It
Gotta
will-
have
it
the
will
coffee.
be well used.
Keep this cup full, baby. And then when I was drinking some of that coffee, I said, Jason, you know what would go good with this coffee? Some sourdough pancakes. I need some of those in my life.
So what we're going to start
So
doing.
thank you, Jason. And if anybody wants to try their good coffee, you can look them up online. The North Pole Coffee Company, they have a lot of good flavors.
So as we're going to these estate sales and sales around here that we like going to, we're going to start picking up a few items and putting them on our eBay listings. So these will be ones that we'll showcase some of them.
Because there was a few people who have said, why don't you guys go live during the estate sales? I could cash app you some money and you could buy me stuff. And a lot of different people were saying stuff along those lines. So we were talking about it and thinking, hey, maybe when we go to these things, maybe we should start buying a few items and throwing them up on the eBay store.
Sure.
So, drop in the comments or even email me what kind of items you think would be a good idea to start doing it. We're going to do it on a small scale, of course.
Yeah, it's not going to be
It won't be Jeremy size.
no.
But while we're doing it anyway and we're at these sales, it would be fun to be able to pick up some items to throw on the eBay store because I do have one. I think the link to that is pinned to the top in the comments, and it also is in the video descriptions if anybody wants to visit the eBay store. I don't have that much on there right now because we didn't bring that much stuff with us. We got rid of most of our stuff. But let me know what kind of stuff you think would be good to pick up because there's all kinds of different items. And I just want to show you like 4 or 5 different items that I currently have on the eBay store. And then I'll show you 4 or 5 ones that I'll be putting up this week.
And it's called Thrift Tea Treasures.
Yeah. The name was something else and I recently changed it. So I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not.
I think so.
You can try.
Might show up backwards, but it's Thrift Tea Treasures on eBay.
So here's a few of the things I have right now up there. I don't know the prices off the top of my head, but here's a nice purse. And it does have a big long strap.
And it's leather.
I think it's faux leather,
Okay.
but it's Stone and Company, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, Stone and Company.
We have all kinds of different stuff, so I just wanted to show you the variety. And there is this nice little pew safe.
the lockbox.
And I had bought this many years ago, but never used it. So it is like new. And it's a good one. And there is like a strap in there, and there's the 2 keys. Let's see. But it is a good variety of stuff. Here's another little Dalmatian doggy. I want to hold it here a little closer. I've got a couple of different ones of those. Those are the, if you read the bottom.
There it is. Red Hats of Courage.
Yeah, it's a couple little firefighter things. Let's see, and then here's some Marlins baseball.
Now this is kind of neat. She's had this for a while.
I've had that since my son was very little.
This is just a stand, but you have different baseballs and they feature different players on them, and they're still wrapped. They've never been opened.
Yeah, it's all from the Marlins team. When my son was little, was about when the Marlins first came out.
Their inaugural season.
So everybody down there was wild about it. So I've had these forever, and I'm like,
that's just the stand for it. So
I need to lighten the load a little bit.
Any Marlins player might think this is pretty cool.
Now, another cool thing, and this is my personal collection that I've had for many years. For anybody who knows, I love Camaros. I have all these little die-cast Camaro cars, and it's a lot of, let's see, how many do I have in there? What do you got? 3. Here's 4 more.
It's everything Camaro. Yeah.
But they're all listed as a lot.
I like that one.
What is that altogether? 8? There's 8 in there. So it is a variety I've got going on up in the eBay store. There's something for everybody.
Yeah, maybe some good Christmas ideas.
Christmas, birthdays, or just stuff you might want to keep for yourself.
If you have a baseball fan in your house, even if they're not a Marlins fan, maybe they're a Braves fan. These are cool collector items.
Try to get this stuff put away. And then I'll show you a few things that I have that I'm going to be listing this week. You want to get that all put away?
Yep, got it.
Stick that in there.
So if you have some ideas about what types of items, so we can look for the right things, like precious moments, or if
this
you like
is
certain
a
things.
Cute little doll from Alaska. I'm going to be listing her this week.
Yeah, it's got the tag there.
Then I've got this old
Copper kettle.
teapot. That is super nice. And again, it's another big variety. Then here's another Alaska goodie.
Yep.
Hold that. And again, I said I'll just show you about 5 things.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, I think I have a couple of those. And those are collectors. If you look at the bottom,
Focus.
I figured while I'm doing the eBay, might as well have some fun with it. Maybe get some stuff y'all like. And here's a big one. It's a big doggy door.
Now this.
I told you it's a variety.
This we just got in the auction yesterday. We were actually bidding on something else, and they threw this in the box along with a couple other things, and you'll see that in the video. This is like a brand new doggy door.
So I was like, that's cool. There's a lot of people that have doggies, and
so you can see
the doggy door is pretty important. But
yeah, quite a mix of things.
It is a mixed bag.
So if you have certain ideas or things that you'd like us to focus on, let us know. We'll go back later and read the chat, and we'll make little notes. And the next sale we hit, we'll look for those things.
Yeah, it'll be fun because I feel like it'll be more interactive.
And it'll be more fun.
Maybe you'll see different stuff in the videos, and then we bought it, and it'll be on the eBay store.
And we'll feature a few of these items. You got a whole bunch of them today, but we'll feature a few of these items at each of our lives, even if it's just a few or a couple or whatever.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want, check them out on the eBay store and see what we've got up there. I think I only have like 66 things right now. And
the prices are good. We're not trying to railroad anybody. We're just trying to find some fun things that are a good value that we think you'll like, and a little memento.
And a few of the things are items that I've had for a lot of years. Those Marlins balls, I think I've had
for a while,
roughly over 25 years.
So those came out of Florida.
My little Camaro die cast collection, that was my personal collection. I'm just collecting different stuff now, and there's not really room for them in the cabin anymore. So, or actually there never really was, because it's a small little cabin.
It's small.
And it doesn't really fit the decor. I did keep one of them though. Shh, don't tell Brett.
I haven't seen it. I don't think. But that's something we're looking at doing, kind of mixing things up a little bit.
Yeah, because I like buying different stuff when I go to the thrift stores, and people have been making the comments, so I thought it would be fun for everyone.
It was this last auction was actually, it was getting hot, and I was like, oh man, how long is this going to take to get through the garage items, to get to the front yard items? Because that's what everybody's waiting on, the front yard items. And they started bundling stuff and moving it very quickly. And they went to the front before they went in the house and before they sold the garage items. So everybody's like, oh yeah, let's go. So they sold trucks, they sold cars and lawnmowers and boats and cool stuff. A kayak was sold, side by side.
Yeah, a bunch of big ticket items.
Big
so I
ticket
can see
items.
us going to the different auctions more in the future. And I think it'll be really fun too when we are on the road RVing. We're still going to do stuff with the eBay store with small items, very small items, obviously.
Yeah. So we'll take our printer with us, and we'll allocate enough space to collect a few things while we're on the road so we can sell them while we're on the road.
Yeah. So I know eventually I think it would be cool to get like a little label printer. I know they have like small ones instead of having to drag the printer around.
Yeah, and it requires Wi-Fi, so.
But we'll see.
We'll figure that out.
Either way.
Yeah.
I think it would be something fun to do.
So it'll be smaller items, obviously, when we're on the road. But let us know what you think about that in the chat.
We're trying to think of some new, fresh ideas to liven it up.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Well, I want to thank all our moderators for doing such an awesome job and putting all the links up there for us. We love you guys. Thank you for keeping everything positive, and thank you for everyone who took time out of their day to be on here with us. We do appreciate all of you, and we're trying to start doing our lives probably every week again.
We're trying to go back to every Sunday, same time.
We're definitely going to try to do them every Sunday now at the same time, live at 5, just to keep up with y'all and what's going on. So it's pretty important to have you guys be part of our lives and to share everything with you. We love getting a chance to talk to everybody. Thank you to our members. I know we did actually 2 members videos this week because we just wanted to talk to everybody a little bit extra. We had some extra ideas and stuff going on. So it was fun hanging out with everybody. Thank you to all our members. No matter what level you're on, we appreciate you. Thank you to our subscribers. It is free to subscribe. And just remember, when you do subscribe, to hit the notification all. That way you'll get notice of whenever our videos are put out. And sometimes people will say, I didn't get notifications. Sometimes if you unsubscribe and resubscribe and just hit that again, YouTube does weird things. So sometimes that happens, and sometimes people get unsubscribed randomly. So just check on that. We do appreciate everybody who takes the time to join us and give us comments and ideas. And as always, you can reach me at madammayersadventures@gmail.com. I do read all those emails and try to get back to everybody as timely as possible. So, and you can also message us on Messenger through the Madam Mayor's Facebook page. We do have a Facebook page, an Instagram page. I think we even are on X, but I don't spend a lot of time on there. But so
reach out.
Yep. And we got our merch link up there. Eventually I would like to do some new merch. Hopefully I'll get creative and get busy and get some more stuff flowing out there. If anybody has any good ideas that they'd like to see on merch, you can drop them in the comments or email me or message me.
Yeah, we're considering some new designs on the merch. It just takes time to do all that stuff.
So. And it's hot summer. You got to stay indoors. So,
yeah.
But thank you again for all the love. And thank you, Jason, for sending us that wonderful coffee. We will definitely enjoy it. And for anybody who needs to know, I know the link was up there with the P.O. box address. It's also in the description for anyone that was asking where they could send anything. And we will open it on our live. So y'all take care of each other, be good to each other, and show lots of love. And say prayers for everyone.
Yep.
Even
Thanks
the
for
people you
joining
don't
us.
like. Pray for them even more.
That's hard, but yes.
It is hard, but it's very necessary.
Yes.
And you will find great rewards for having that mindset.
Yep.
So without further ado, y'all have a good evening, and maybe we'll see you on the What the Hell's live stream. Are we signing off?
We're signing off.
Peace out, baby.
Love you guys. Take care.
Love y'all. Be positive and be good to one another.
Bye.